Hello friends, hope you all are doing well, and our today's topic of discussion will be global warming. So the definition of the global warming means the increment in the average temperature of the earth is called as global warming. And if we talk about the temperature increment, then if we compare the increment in temperature, then after the industrial revolution the average temperature of the earth has increased to around 1 degree Celsius. And if we talk about before the pre-industrial level, as or before 1980, and compare this after the 1980, then we get to know that the increment in temperature has been increased by double fold, that means two times. And in the past that the temperature was increasing, but not so much fast as it is now increasing after the 1980s era. So actually there are different types of climate scientists have also warned that if we do not want the hazards of, or the we can say the impacts of the global warming, then we have to limit the global average temperature below 1.5 degree or maybe 2 degrees Celsius, uh, up to this up to this century of up to this global century. So different scientists have warned that we have to limit the global average temperature up to a certain level if we do not want to face the impacts of the global warming. And now if we talk about what are the causes of the global warming, then the most important cause of the global warming is the greenhouse gases. And if we talk about what is the greenhouse gases, then there are different types of gases like carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapors. These all actually the constituent of the greenhouse gases. And what happens, we know that the sun rays, they strike on the earth and they go through the atmosphere and then strike on the earth, and most of the radiations reflected back to the atmosphere around us, and some part of the the radiations, they are absorbed by the earth. But after this greenhouse gas effect, the earth become like a shield of glass. So most of rays, they can easily able to pass through the glass, but they cannot be easily able to reflect back from the environment, or we can say our atmosphere. So that is the issue. So after that the average temperature of the earth starts increasing. So this is called as greenhouse effect. And if we talk about what are the impacts of the greenhouse effect and the global warming, then we all know that since a long time, if we try to compare the disasters which are happening nowadays, like floods, drought, and there are different types of natural calamities. If we try to compare the strength of these with the past one, you will be able to identify that nowadays the strength, or we can say the magnitude of all these types of natural calamities have been increased, okay, as compared to the past. So these all are the impacts of the global warming. And nowadays we are also facing a lot of heat wave in the North India, and also uh, in the past the heat wave actually happened only in the northern region of the India. But nowadays um, in this season the whole India actually facing heat wave, and that is also very much severe as compared to the previous ones. And now it is only May, and we know that what is the impact of the heat wave. This is like we face in the June and July months. So these all are some types of impacts of the global warming. And also there are different types of wildfires which are happening nowadays. If you look around, if you follow current affairs on regular basis, then you will be able to find out that there are actually different types of places, like cold places, in which there were not so much wildfires in the past, but nowadays every region is facing the wildfires. And like the Australia, and also in the USA. Okay. And the another impact of the global warming is the melting of ice and increasing level of the sea. Okay. So we know that there are also different types of island nations all around the world, and they have sword of Damocles on themselves, on them. And that sword of Damocles is the rising level of water. Okay. So Indonesia, there is a case of Indonesia also. So Indonesia actually shifted its capital to different place due to the increasing level of the sea. So there are also different types of island nations, and who are actually facing the danger of drowning in water. So these all are some types of impacts of the global warming. And there will also be, if, due to the due to the draft, there will be the situation of a grave situation of food shortage in all around the world. So by this global warming we can face all these types of issues. We are facing these now, but the severity of or we can say the graveness and the strength of these impacts will definitely be increased in the future if we will not look into the matter and improve the condition of the earth. And that's okay. So now I will talk about what are the impacts, sorry, what are the steps taken by the government all around the world. And if we talk about the steps and agreements, then there is a special one that is called as Paris Climate Agreement. And this agreement was signed in 2015 by 196 parties all around the world, and it was that was called as COP21 meeting, which happened, which was an agreement between the 196 nations all around the world. And this Paris Climate Agreement is actually a legally binded international treaty on climate change. Okay, so this meeting actually organized at, every year at different places. And in the previous one, the meeting was organized at Glasgow in United Kingdom. Okay, and in that there were different types, different nations, they pledged different things related to the climate change. And if we particularly talk about India, then India, in the our Prime Minister Modi participated in the meeting. And they pledged that we will reduce our dependency on the carbon fuel by 2017. They said that we will completely wash out or reduce the level of carbon and carbon fuels in India. And definitely we will reach to a zero level carbon emissions. Zero level carbon emissions, which means we decrease the dependency of our energy needs on the fuel, on the particularly the fossil fuels, since they are the cause of the global warming. So we agree to that. And what do you think about the pledge taken by the country like India? And do you think that we will able to complete the pledge, or there are some types of hurdle we have to face in this journey? So I want some types of answers from all of you. Okay, so that's all about the global warming. Hope you all guys understand it well. And if you like the video, do not forget to subscribe the channel and share with your friends. Thank you. Have a great day.